When they did the first WrestleMania, it was huge. So they figured the next time they were going to do it, instead of just making it a little bit bigger, they thought they would do it 3 times and having it instead of just 1 location, let's do 3 locations.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Yeah, because I think this WrestleMania is kind of known as one of the most bizarre, ambitious, but chaotic events that they ever produced, and it gets kind of remembered not as I don't think it's on anyone's favorite WrestleMania, at least not mine, but it's remembered for a lot of things like the steel cage match, the 20-man battle royal, and the Jake the Snake Roberts match where that guy was after the snake was all over him.
Oh, yeah. It looked like he had, it wasn't like a vomit. It was more like a reaction to being bit.
Yeah. I remember as a kid when I watched that, I always felt I was grossed out by that choking. Yeah, he almost like he was going to puke or something.
Definitely gagging. All right, well, why don't we get into the start of the show? WrestleMania 2, that is.
A lovely start, bringing in Ray Charles to have his blind rendition of America the Beautiful.
They really do like their national anthems at this event.
I liked all the microphone feedback they were getting. It's like they didn't test the sound system before.
Yeah, you could tell they had lots of technical difficulties because it wasn't just your typical wrestling show. It was like a coast-to-coast experiment because they did it in New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. And it's like, why make it easy? Let's make this impossible. So let's do it at 3 cities and see what happens.
Like your Jesse Ventura pronunciation of Los Angeles.
Yeah. I just like the opening match when it's just chaotic there because you can see, Vince McMahon kind of introduces stuff and he tells us about what's all happening and it just seems like it's disorganized. And then they're going to have the opening match, but then they're like, well, we got to do the backstage interviews, but I don't know, they're having trouble with the camera with the zoom in because you just hear, Paul Orndorff's and Magnificent Morocco's voice, but you don't see them.
Yeah, there was lots of that. I don't know. That was funny. You would hear the promo, but the cam would be in the ring.
Yeah.
Man, the crowd and everything, it looked so dark. Lighting was weird at this WrestleMania. It was so focused on the ring that everything else was just a black background almost.
It was I thought the Chicago portion, the arena and everything and the lighting and the camera work was a lot better, but I thought in the New York portion, it was this first part, it was pretty bad. It was like your typical show you'd watch on TV because I thought WrestleMania 1, the lighting in the arena was a lot better. Yeah. But I don't think the NASA's Memorial Coliseum was that great of a arena anyways, and that's where the first part was. And then I think they did the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. Then I think they did their typical Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena, where actually they held WrestleMania 7 for any trivia buffs out there. That's where they held it.
Hold on, but that didn't happen yet. We're still in 1988.
Or 86. We're 86.
Yeah. Well, no. We're in 1988. We're just coming in WrestleMania 4 in real time.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so we're in our opener. The opener was a pretty short opener. I thought it was a solid opener, but it was nothing spectacular.
Yeah, it was probably the worst ending ever. No one knew what happened, and they just kind of cut away. Then they had to announce what happened at the start of the Randy Savage match.
Yeah, did they just cut to Mr. T's promo?
Yeah.
Because it was kind of a rough ending for sure.
Yeah, it definitely was kind of a choppy, and it didn't really add to anything. I guess the only thing was because at the time there, Paul Orndorff was a babyface, but really the whole point is that his character development was going to set him up to feud with Hulk Hogan because shortly after WrestleMania 2, he started feuding for the year with Hogan in quite a few big events. So it seemed it was more we're just going to put these 2 veterans together and have some type of shamaz.
Yeah, and they would battle for probably a good year, right?
And then Hogan and Orndorff had that classic match on Saturday night's main event in the steel cage where they had that kind of that fuck finish where both their feet landed at the same time. So then they had to go to the instant replay. So I'm sure Jesse Ventura was there to make sure it was called down the line.
Yeah, that guy plays fair.
But you can't say much for this match because it was only 4 minutes. So there's not really a lot to draw and it was just a double count out. So yeah, it was kind of like they brawled, counted out, and that was it.
Basically. Yeah, it was really short.
Yeah, short and dumb ending.
Yeah. Well, most of the matches are not really rememberable on this, but as we go through them, we'll kind of highlight why. But I guess the only thing that kind of stood out to me, I always thought Don Morocco's build was odd to me because he looked like he was jacked, but he also looked like he was kind of like fat at the same time, where he wasn't really fat, but he always had the fat face, and he kind of had like the saggy stomach, but he still looked like he was jacked. And he just had like fat over it. I don't know.
He's eating steroids.
Yeah. I don't know. Using some type of Mexico D-ball or something.
Yeah, they were probably handing that out in the dressing rooms.
Oh, guaranteed. They had a doctor. There was like a whole thing on,
Yeah.
if you watch the Dark Side of the Ring, there was this doctor that was connected to them that was prescribing them painkillers, the steroids, and all that shit. I think he's in jail or went to jail.
But it does get a little bit better from here with George the Animal Steel facing Macho Man and the always beautiful Elizabeth at his side. So it's always nice to see her at ringside.
Yeah, a bit of a weird match. A lot of the chasing at the beginning.
Yeah.
The animal starting to eat the turnbuckle.
Loved it.
Yeah. Well, you really realize like how bad in the ring the George Animal Steel was. Like really all he did was punch, chase, and eat turnbuckles. That's all he did in the match.
Yeah. He reminded me, like, I went to a match years ago in a small town near our city, and there was a guy who had a dog gimmick. So he basically barked and was on all fours around the ring, and he would do some little bit of wrestling and jump and, attack people. But he reminded me of George the Animal Steel. So that was basically his chick.
That wasn't a wrestling thing. That was a furry convention.
I swear I didn't know.
Yeah, he was a little ahead of his time, George Steele. They could have used him for those Cheetah Pets commercial because just like with his hair, yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah.
And he had the green tongue, so he'd always dye his tongue green, and he's like, "Oh, yes, banana." Ooh, and the whole point of this feud was because Macho Man was the heel and the abusive heel, and George. It was kind of like King Kong. The woman kind of domesticates King Kong, so it's kind of like that where Elizabeth was domesticating and softening George Steele, and he had a thing for her.
Yeah.
In the end, Macho Man with the dirty pin looked pretty sensual with those legs up on the corner.
He's giving him a heavy missionary for sure.
Yeah, not as steamy as the next pin on the next match, but we'll get to that one.
Yeah, I was disappointed. Didn't get to see Macho Man use his flying elbow in this match.
He did. George kicked out of it.
Did he really?
Yeah,
did,
that was the first time he kicked out of the elbow.
Yeah, okay, I missed it. Sorry,
Yeah, he's like the first person to kick out of it. You're like, what? How does George Steele kick out of the big elbow? Nobody kicks.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
I think Vince McMahon even mentioned that in his 1940s radio announcer voice. I like how he's going to talk really fast and high pitched like he's calling a baseball game in the 40s.
And just knowing how all the things are kind of turning out for Vince McMahon, I just thought it was funny that he's commentating with Susan St. James. I'm just like, I wonder what's going on behind the scenes there with Vince McMahon. Let me show you my little toy here. It's called the Hulkster.
Susan, do you like all these move names that I'm calling out? You have no idea what they are. Let me tell you that.
Each town, they had a female that was commentating with the team there because you had Elvira with Jesse Ventura and Sir, what was that, the British guy there, Alfred Hayes?
Yeah, Kathy Lee with Gorilla Monsoon, and then Elvira with Jesse Ventura trying to get in there all night.
Yeah, she was getting turned on in that match, but that's neither here or there. But yeah, they kind of overdid it with the celebrities in this one.
Yep, and we haven't even got to all the celebrities yet.
No. Our next match is Jake the Snake Roberts versus George Wells, who played Canadian football. If a little piece of
69 dudes.
Yeah, that's right.
Trivia.
So why wasn't he in the Battle Royale with the other football players?
Played Canadian football.
That's why.
Oh. I couldn't hang with the big boys in the ring.
He lied on his resume that he played football, and then they actually looked into it. Hold on a second. That's not real football. Put him in the match with the snake.
That's right. Yeah. What the fuck is a CFL?
Football. 3 minutes with Jake the Snake. That's all he gets.
That's all he gets, yeah. Well, you got 3 minutes, 15 seconds.
That 15 was still part of the intro.
And he got hang with Damien the Snake, so that was good.
Snake. Well, that's the most memorable part of this match. Because also this match, I thought it kind of showed you the creepy, eerie character that Jake Roberts was kind of playing. So it was more like it felt like it was highlighting him that he's going to play this heel. Because I think shortly after this, he went into a program with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and then it was more or less you got to see Jake the Snake kind of highlighted. And yeah, but it's definitely, I remember this match as a kid with the foaming at the mouth. I thought that was gross.
Man, what was wrong with that snake? Like, it barely moved. It'll move a little bit, and I think it was fucking close to dying or something.
Well, yeah, he was probably, his first time on a big show like WrestleMania. He was probably nervous. He probably
stage fright.
Yeah, it's stage fright, the poor guy, And he probably just ate a big meal, so he was like probably just weighed down with that.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Ate a couple mice.
Yeah.
He's not hungry.
Wouldn't that be something if he pulled them out and there's like a bunch of dead mice in there?
Like, what do? They feed snakes like once a week, if that.
I'll say this I enjoy the pre-match promos. I always enjoy those for events like this. So I thought Roddy Piper, did you notice Roddy Piper's like politically incorrect? He's like, I don't shave my head like an Indian and I don't paint my face black or something.
That's right.
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, Roddy didn't give two shit.
No, can't cut promos like that anymore.
And the irony is, like, 5 years later, he ended up doing like blackface and did himself half black for his fight with Bad News Brown at WrestleMania 6. Like, it's crazy how they got away with that shit.
Yeah.
Must be nice having that future time machine, seeing what's gonna happen.
Like, I'm like Doc from Back to the Future here, just setting up. Pretty fun. But so, yeah, our at the Nassau Coliseum, the key match here obviously was Mr. T versus Roddy Piper in a boxing match. Now, like, seriously, who thought this was going to be a good idea to have this as a major match? Is it because Mr. T just couldn't wrestle? So they're like, you know what? Let's maybe just do a boxing match with these guys.
Yeah, and they had to bring in all those special guest judges and all that. It's time with.
Yeah, Jonah Rivers was the announcer. That was awesome.
Yeah, so who's Cobb Calloway? And then there's Daryl Dawkins, George Liddy. I have no idea who these guys are.
No, before my time.
They're boxing judges in the WWF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That would have been something if Joan Rivers was one of the judges. I thought at first, I'm like, is Joan Rivers going to be one of the judges? But, the Haiti kid, the little person or midget. And Roddy Piper had Lou Duva, who's actually like a good boxing trainer. So, like, they had some legitimate guys in their corner, and Mr. T used to be the bodyguard for Joe Frazier, so that all made sense having that all together. Mr. T, after playing in Rocky, I gotta say, ever how they choreographed the fight, they made him look like a legitimate badass boxer, because just watching this, I'm like, Mr. T really let his boxing skills go. He's really not that good at boxing. Like, Roddy Piper has better boxing fundamentals than Mr. T.
Yeah, I like the part when he picked him up and slammed him.
Yeah.
Boxing 101 right there.
Yeah.
1-2 slam.
Did you notice like Mr. T, he totally missed him when he knocked him down? Piper was like a phantom punch. If you notice it, he didn't even hit him.
Yeah, that's true.
Boxing at its best.
I'm glad they've never really done a boxing match since. I just don't think it's a good idea because it was kind of bad. I mean, it was entertaining for other reasons, but as far as like having a boxing match, they could have done something different, but oh well.
Well, they have a guy in the ranks called Butterbean. I have a feeling they might bring him in for a boxing match sometime in the near future.
Butterbean, they did bring him back, but never mind. I'm going.
Oh, yeah, we are. And then to the future machine there again. I know New York and welcome in Chicago.
Yes, Grandma Monsoon and Kathy Lee. What is she known for? Like, also that Susan James, whatever. I don't know what these ladies are from. Like, I get Elvira. I know what her shtick was, but Kathy Lee Crosby, she was an actress, and Susan St. James, she must be an actress. Because I don't recognize them.
I thought Susan, wasn't she a TV mom on something?
Okay, I'm not sure.
St. James. I don't feel like reading her life story. It was on WrestleMania too. So.
Well, at least we have some timekeepers. We had Herb, that was the special timekeeper for the New York, and we get Clara Peller for Chicago. So that's fantastic. She's that Where's the Beef lady. They wore that really bad white wig. So they really brought some heavyweights in for this.
They sure did. I mean, they're probably super popular for our parents, but to us, they just weren't.
You know what's crazy? I do remember that commercial too. That just like dates how old I am. I remember that lady, Where's the Beef? That was popular back in the day, so now. I guess it makes sense. But okay, so we're in Chicago here and figured they started off with a real rockin' match. The fabulous Moolah, who was like in her 50s at the time, that took on Velvet McIntyre. And
Velvet McIntyre looked pretty good.
Aside from the hair.
Aside from there,
that hair's got to go.
I dig it.
You dig
Oh,
it?
that was typical 80s hair, though.
Yeah.
What do you mean typical 80s? It's still current.
I
But
suppose.
But you gotta appreciate they gave the women lots of time. They gave them 1 minute and 25 seconds. It's the shortest match of the night.
My favorite part was the hair pulling. That was the best part.
Yeah, I could swear there was like a wardrobe malfunction because it looked like she was having some troubles with her chest area, and then the moolah just like basically smothered her.
Yeah, I think when she went to jump on Moolah and she missed, and then when she landed on her belly, her suit kind of went down, but showing her tits a little bit. So I think that's why Moolah smothered her after.
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Or maybe Moolah was horny. I don't know, because like it was a prime opportunity, but regardless, the ref tapped her out. So
Yeah, no, it was a pretty quick match. It was kind of blink, and we already have a new champion. So
that's right.
fantastic. But women's wrestling has come a long way since those days.
It has. Yeah. Now they're wrestling 5 minutes a night. So I've heard.
Well, and then after that comes probably the best musical rendition of the night, and that's Nikolai Volkov's singing of the Russian anthem.
Yes.
He's got a great voice, to be honest with you. I enjoy his national anthem. And then I love these types of matches because it's America versus communism.
Yeah.
So this is are we still in the fallout of the Cold War, or are we still in the height of the Cold War?
Oh, the Cold War hasn't even started.
This is 86, right?
86. No, it started, but it wasn't over. No.
We're in the midst of it, okay?
Yes, we were. Well, because I'm freaking old, so I forget a lot of shit.
No shit. This was the second shortest match of the night. They only got like 2 minutes in this one. And the thing is, it feels like it was longer. I don't know if it's just due to the ring entrance with the American anthem. That's Corporal Kirshner. I think Corporal Kirshner was brought in because he was kind of the replacement for Sergeant Slaughter, because they fired him at this time because they brought him in and then he got fired and then they brought him in there. So you still need some type of patriot to combat frickin' communism. So why not bring in Corporal Kirshner? The irony is I had his wrestling figure back in the day, so I don't know why.
Right. So did I. I had it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I had him. I didn't have Tito Santana, but I had Corporal Kirshner, which is odd because I really like Tito Santana.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers Corporal Kirshner.
I just love like when Nikolai's in there and he's singing away and people are chucking like paper balls at him and stuff. Like it's just awesome to see people shower the entire ring with like garbage.
Yeah.
Like I just love it.
Yeah, batteries, all kinds of shit. And Freddie Blassie, like talk about the worst like ring manager who he blatantly threw the cane to Corporal Kirshner. Like not even like, come on, not even help your guy out.
Yeah.
Well, he was American, so
Yeah.
they had it planned all along.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, this pencil neck geek, I'm gonna frickin' get him.
Yeah, then after that, we go into the Battle Royale. Football player versus Andre the Giant and company.
Yeah, that's really what it is, eh? Hey, we did get Bret Hart featured. He was the last guy eliminated.
Yeah, well, they have to go off his showcase in the Rumble. Last guy, or close to last being eliminated. Might as well Ironheart this one too.
Yeah, and like here's the thing is like maybe should have told Andre that the banana hammock outfit that he wore was awful. Him wearing that yellow did not look like it looked like he was wearing these giant panties. It was awful.
It looked like he was like a part of Hulkamania, which doesn't sit right.
Everyone was Hulkamania at the time.
I suppose. Refrigerator Perry, because he played for Chicago Bears at that time.
That's right.
He got a really good reception there, so there was lots of intrigue. Like it was a fun match to watch, like to see kind of the NFL versus the WWE guys or WWF. I noticed there was like another Hulk Hogan lookalike in there, Dan Spivey, or I don't know if he was known as the Nature Boy.
There's a lot of them at this time. I don't know what's with that bleach blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even you had Adrian Adonis with his Goldilocks there.
I know, like the first androgynous one in the WWF. He kind of made way for Goldust.
Kind of. Yeah.
And then they had the living legend Bruno Sammartino, of course, the Iron Sheik. I wish Iron Sheik would have got a little more featured on there because he's always entertaining.
Well, I like looking at his boots. His boots are epic.
Yeah.
Suplex him, put him in the camel clutch, break his back, and fuck his ass, and make him humble. That was said it.
Well, what do you mean? You got everyone's favorite lustful character, Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah. I'm wondering, Turk, were you wondering what's underneath his coveralls this time still?
I'm always wondering what he looks like under those coveralls.
Like, but you had your boys there, the Killer Bees there, B. Brian and
Yeah.
you had your boys in there.
I love the Killer Bees, man. I had
Yeah.
those figures too when I was young.
Yeah, they were very popular. Big John Studd, yeah, he was one of my favorites there. He was like the second biggest guy in the wrestling.
Pretty
there.
much. That guy was huge, yeah.
But we didn't get to see Jim Brunzel's awesome super kick. Not super kick. He has one of the best drop kicks in the business.
Jumping Jim Brunzel.
Yeah. Well, there's no room to really do drop kicks in a battle royal.
I like watching the people that didn't know what they were supposed to do in the whole time. Like you're kind of trying to watch the action, but then you just kind of, oh, what's going on in this half of the ring? There's just some standing around.
Yeah,
At least they were taking shots with each other. Like I think nowadays when they do things like this with the Royal Rumble, there is a lot more standing or laying around. I find them laying down. But at least these guys were kind of standing up, kind of hugging each other in the corners. They weren't like laying down, being lazy. Like they actually tried to do a little bit. So I kind of give these guys credit.
say like a dark horse in there was the Bill Frolic. I thought he did really good in there. Like he looks like he could be a wrestler, and he kind of he had the build. But yeah, you're right. Like a lot of them were just doing Andre the Giant type wrestling hugging on the ropes. But
Yeah.
there were some of them that you could tell they were like William Perry. You could tell he was really having a good time in there. But boy, his wrestling gear there, it looked like it was gonna fail him.
Yeah, he was wearing like a baby onesie or something.
Yeah, he was wearing like a onesie there, but his love handles
Go up under the cross.
Yeah, the cross. It looks like it was like one of those. And his love handles were just freaking poking out of there. You had like the Tyson Fury love handles going.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was pretty funny to see.
Seriously, like how stupid is Big John Studd, who he's been like leading up for the whole event. He was going at it with William Perry, and what, he eliminates him, and then he thought it would be a good idea to shake his hand. Like, how stupid. Why would you shake the guy's hand when you eliminated him and you don't like each other? It just doesn't make sense.
That's right.
Like you said, Matt, this was more of a match that really Andre the Giant's last really big match that he won, where he was like as a baby face before he turned heel. So this was kind of a last hurrah of him being kind of a baby face
Before the $1 Million Man throws that cash.
Mm-hmm. You're seeing quite a few guys. It's their first WrestleMania, so it's a fun match. Nothing technical, but it's very memorable for sure. But I think that takes us to the Los Angeles portion and where it gets really.
Forgot the title match is a tag team.
Oh shit!
With
Sorry,
Ozzy Osbourne.
you're right.
And does he look young?
Yeah.
And everyone's favorite Mario, Captain Lou
Wow.
Albano. Do the Mario.
Yes, and that's Cyndi Lauper's dad too.
Is that?
Well, no, in the music video, girls
Oh.
want to have fun, but
Yeah.
you're right. This was probably the best match of the night, or one of them.
Yeah, for sure it was.
You had the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith, and Dynamite Kid, who Dynamite Kid is known for pound, probably the best technical wrestler. Even Bret Hart would give him a nudge there that Dynamite Kid was good. And you have the Dream Team. Greg Valentine is a great mechanical wrestler. Brutus Beefcake, he did what he did good. He's a young guy, had a good body, as Turk would probably be interested in.
Well, now you're scouting for me. That's awesome.
He is. That's why he's called Beefcake. So I figured you'd have his action.
He really is. Yeah, he really
Not
is.
to mention that blonde mop on the Hammer Valentine there.
Oh,
The Hammer's great.
yeah, he had the Goldilocks. I always enjoyed the Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
moving
each
on.
their own, I guess.
This was a great match. It was good. It was technical. It was fun. I think crowd was really into it. You could tell Ozzy Osbourne, even though being on all those drugs, he looked like he was really into it.
Yeah, it looked like every minute was a new lifetime for him.
Yeah.
Fucking new things flashing.
Yeah.
And they won the belt. I'm disappointed they didn't bring the dog with them, though. They
I
should
don't
have had Ozzy at least holding the dog.
Yeah, I wonder if they weren't bringing the dog at that time. This might have been
What was the
before.
dog's name?
Matilda.
Matilda. That's right. You would think that dog was used to traveling.
They figured Mario and Ozzy Osbourne are probably good enough.
good match. There was good moves, good tag team. That was the point, bringing in the British Bulldog. They were like the best tag team at the time with their technical skill. And because at that time they brought the Bulldogs, the Hart Foundation, and other wrestlers from the Stampede crew.
Yeah.
So you really got to see them. And I don't know if Dynamite Kid at the end, when he was at the turnbuckle and when they threw the hammer into him and he knocked them off of it, if he got legitimately hurt or that was part of the show. But because in their post-fight celebration, it looked like Dynamite Kid couldn't even come in there to celebrate. So Davey Boy Smith had to do the honors. And I just like how Davey Boy Smith had to make the proclamation that they're gonna keep titles in America. I thought, well, of course, you wrestle in America. That's where you're based for wrestling. So why would you say it's gonna go? I don't get that, but I don't know. I thought that was funny. We're gonna keep it here in America and defend it. Yeah, you work for a company in America. Of course you're gonna defend it.
Yeah. It looks like that the referee held up their arms outside the ring, like, so maybe he couldn't quite make it back in.
Yeah, I think he got legitimately hurt there.
Oh, didn't Ozzy take one of the belts? I don't remember.
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
grab
he
one of
did.
the belts.
Yeah.
He did. Like, I don't know. Like, I think when they were walking towards the back that they finally gave the belt to Dynamite Kid. But I don't know. It's just because knowing how Dynamite Kid's kind of career went and all that, it just would have been nice to see him in the ring celebrating that title win with Davey Boy. But I guess, guy's hurt, he's hurt. So now you just see Ozzy Osbourne with Davey Boy Smith. And that's iconic too. So I guess, whatever.
All right, so on to Los Angeles.
This is where things get really interesting because now we got Jesse the Body Ventura on the commentary. Because Growler Monsoon was good and Vince McMahon, but I always enjoyed the portions when Jesse Ventura is highlighted. So I just like that he's an antagonist towards the frickin' baby faces.
Yeah, and just like Elvira in there. Ooh, look how big these guys look.
The
I
blood.
was just watching her jump up and down.
Yeah. Still looking good.
Yep, he does.
Ageless.
So they started off this event with, I thought it was a solid 7-minute match between Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Hercules Hernandez. I thought it was decent, they had good chemistry. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is like, one of the top-notch guys. So anytime he has a match, it's always good.
Yeah, he's a personal favorite of mine. It really looks like Hercules gives him a pounding in the first little minute there. Like, looks like he's really hitting him hard.
Hercules worked pretty snug. His punches and all that, his clotheslines, they always look good. Like, looks like he was trying to take their head off. Mm-hmm. And then I think with the more acrobatic, high flying off top ropes, I thought that went really good with Hercules, who's a power wrestler. And so how he would kind of outsmart him and do hip toss, all that, they could work good. So Hercules, I think he's another guy that he gets no love and kind of underrated. And I liked how he had because I had his doll. I had the Hercules and he had the Hercules outfit. So I had his figure too.
Yeah,
back in the day.
So
there was a slight botch there when Hercules threw Ricky to the ropes and came back and tried to do that little where he picks him up and kind of twirls him around. They looked like they didn't quite get the timing right and they kind of botched it, but then they paused and then they continued with the move. So a little bit of a botch there.
Yeah, I just want to kick you guys with some of my favorite Ricky Steamboat trivia here. The real name is obviously, Richard. Last name Blood. So nickname should be Dick Blood.
That sounds like a great ad to put in. I like Ricky's Dick Blood.
Yeah, just call me Dick Blood Senior.
Yeah.
I also named my kid Dick.
Dick Junior.
Dick Jr.
Actually, you could have went with that over Ricky. That would have been a better name, Dick Blood. He kind of would be
could have been Dick Boat.
Dick Boats. I think that works, eh? Like, I noticed Hercules eventually got rid of Hernandez, eh? Because he's like, it sounded too human, so he's just got his...
Yeah, they
That made more
I like Mount Olympus, not Mexico.
This guy, wait a minute, he's supposed to be from Olympus, Greek god. He's from Mexico? What the hell?
A Mexican living in Texas? We got to drop that Hernandez.
Took us into, what is the androgynous one? Adrian Adonis, who...
Adorable Adrian Adonis.
Adorable.
Uncle Elmer.
And Uncle Elmer, like, what a pair. Like, straight, like, hit big, giant cowboy farmer versus, is he, like, cross-dresser? I don't know, what are they going for with the Adrian? Like, I'm still trying to figure out what they were trying to go with that.
Like, I'd say a poor man's Jesse Ventura.
Adrian Adonis?
Yeah.
Like a fat, out of shape.
Well, Jesse doesn't wear dresses, but like he still wears flamboyant clothing.
Weren't Adrian and Jesse tag team partners?
Well, they were. That's that. Yeah, they were.
Well, there you go.
He's wearing kind of like a dress, but he's too kind of big for it. So it's like, just looks like a big t-shirt, but it clearly looks like a Sunday dress.
Yeah.
And then he wears the makeup. And the thing is, like, he didn't really act that feminine. Like, like
No.
he's kind of like this big, like, it's an interesting kind of why he's the adorable one. Like, why that was kind of the gimmick. Never got the gimmick.
No.
It's the dress.
He probably stole it from his fucking grandmother or mother or something.
And like Uncle Elmer is like another one of those. He's like George Steele. The guy had really no wrestling.
He looked like the guy that would fuck another guy wearing a dress.
He looks like he could have been in Deliverance.
Or from the TV show Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah. You don't do, boys.
I'll say though, Adonis was pretty awesome when he was getting tossed around. Like he did some crazy shit. Basically did a flip up to the top rope, like as he got thrown in there. Like it was pretty funny.
Yeah, like for a big man, he sure could move in the ring.
Yeah. No, it was great.
It was a fun 3 minutes, that's for sure.
I couldn't last any longer doing that.
So then we had the Texans versus Junkyard Dog, Tito Santana. So it's kind of crazy, like, because I thought that was a good team. Like Junkyard Dog was still super over. Like he got big pops in it. And again, he's another wrestler that he didn't really have great wrestling technique. He was just more of a headbutt, a punch, maybe a clothesline, but he didn't really have much to him.
No.
He had a good gimmick.
Yeah.
Super popular. Like everybody loved the JYD. And Tito Santana too. I liked him because he was great in the ring, likable. And Terry Funk, and I don't know too much about Hawes, but Terry Funk I thought was kind of the dark horse in this match because this match was a little more rough, the cheating. I liked all that. I thought Terry and Haas Funk worked really well with Tito and, well, actually Chico, according to Jesse Ventura. I find it kind of funny that anytime Tito Santana's wrestling, it was always Jesse Ventura had to commentate for his matches because he had to let us know that his name is Chico.
Right.
I don't really remember much from this match.
It was actually the second best match of the night. I thought it was a fun tag team match. Tito really carried it a little more for him in Junkyard, but I thought the Funk Brothers with their cheating and their quick tags and all of the kind of outside interference made it kind of entertaining and kind of showed you kind of a precursor to Terry Funk that he's kind of more of a hardcore guy. So I appreciated that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think that they used the megaphone to get the win on the
typical Jimmy Hart fashion.
Yeah. Poor Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, he just goes out there and stays out the whole night. He was with Adrian Adonis too, the match before. Then I don't remember. Did he even come out with the Hulk, or the Hulk came out by himself? The Hulk Hogan.
Well, yeah, he came by. Yeah, Jimmy Hart wasn't managing him at that time. He was a heel manager. And King Kong Bundy at that time, because Jimmy Hart was in WrestleMania 1, Jimmy Hart was managing King Kong Bundy, but for whatever, I don't know the reason, but Bobby the Brain Heenan took over King Kong Bundy's the duties. And so Bobby the Brain Heenan was in King Kong Bundy's corner.
Yeah.
I guess we could move to the main event, and really, you had the Roddy Piper and the 20-man battle royal, but this was really the big match that I think drew everybody. Like, this match is really kind of memorable for me because as a kid, I saw this WrestleMania. Like, my dad rented it for me. I remember we got it at Canadian Tire is where we got the video cassette from.
Nice.
So I was watching that they're wrestling, and so like the storyline, it was Hulk Hogan because Hulk Hogan at the time, he was feuding with Roddy Piper, but I think with this match, this was the first time it looked like Hogan had a huge adversary he had to overcome with King Kong Bundy, and plus he got hurt with the broken ribs, and that when they Pearl Harbored him at Saturday Night's Main Event with Don Morocco, so they injured him. Hogan did like 3 basically promos in this. He had one in the earlier Jesse Ventura, and then he had one I think with was it Lord Alfred Hayes? He had a promo, and then they had a background where Hogan is working out with Hillbilly Jim, who's checking out his body. So I'm sure, Turk, you would have been excited for that. Where they have the doctor, his physician, who's wearing the Hulk Hogan. So like they were just like, talk about like, let's just maybe let you know who the big star is here, Hulk Hogan, because he was plastered everywhere.
The question really is like, why did King Kong Bundy shave his eyebrows? I always wondered about that.
You know, Elvira was going to be there, and she's into that type of stuff.
His forehead is massive because he's got no eyebrows.
But it works for him because he looks
does.
leaner. Holy shit, he doesn't have any eyebrows.
Oh, he doesn't.
Well, without the eyebrows, you're always guessing what kind of mood he's in.
That's true.
Yeah, this was the big match, man. This was what we all came here to watch a while back in the day. It was Hogan and King Kong. Could Hogan overcome him? I like how they brought in Ricky Schroeder as the timekeeper or something, just for the magnitude of this match. You got to get silver spoons in there.
Love silver spoons.
But I'll say this with Ricky Schroeder, you could tell he was pretty awestruck with the wrestlers, because like when you watch it back, he looked like he was pumped up getting to meet these guys, because even King Kong Bundy shook his hand, and that I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like in the matches all the times King Kong could have went out the side door, and the Hulk comes in and just barely holds on to him. Like, how could you hold on to the fucking huge guy just by like an ankle?
Right?
Well, he's 400 and some pounds, man. That's a lot of weight to move.
Yeah, but having the Hulk hold him just by pretty much like a shoelace.
Like at the last minute too, right? Like
he's already got like a foot out the door. It's like all he has to do is tumble out, and then he'll roll out.
Yeah.
And all the mentions of the reinforced steel cage, and it looks like it's just like bungee cord and zip tied together.
Oh yeah, like duct tape. Yeah, it didn't look. You're like, yeah, this is special titanium steel, big enough. I don't know the way Jesse Ventura was talking about it. They went to all the way to Russia to get this steel, and they had to manufacture it. Like what?
Well, we can't forget baseball's one of baseball's greatest managers, and that's Tommy Lasorda announcing.
Job.
Yeah.
I also like how old the Hulk looks. Like WrestleMania 2, he was like 32 years old. Man, he looks like he's almost 50.
Hogan's always like looked old. Like he's one of those guys. Is kind of like Patrick Stewart.
Man, even Jake the Snake earlier, like he's younger than the Hulk, and he looks kind of old.
He always looked like a middle-aged man.
Dudes were built different back then. You were 18 and you were ready to go to war, so like you fucking look chiseled.
It looked like middle-aged guys, like Jake with the mustache. He looks older than he actually was. Like even Macho Man, he had the build, but he looked older. Like these guys look like our age, and we're middle-aged men.
Yeah.
And these guys were a lot younger than us. Like they're in their 20s, maybe early 30s.
I think that proves that that generation really saw some shit. You know what I mean?
Well, and they were harder on their bodies because these guys were smokers, drinkers, and then they're doing the extra secret juice.
Yeah, like all their hot dog tans too.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. They didn't treat their bodies well.
I mean, Ricky Steamboat had the youthful look because he's Hawaiian, but
Yeah.
a lot of these guys are like, holy shit, they're not that old, and they look old here, like Hogan, and definitely. But I think it didn't help him having the male pattern baldness very early on.
Yeah, like super early.
I'm trying to remember. I saw a picture with Hogan and his parents. I don't remember his dad being bald.
But also, I don't think it helped him when he was taking steroids, because Hogan really always sweat profusely. Like the match would be like a minute in, he'd be sweating like a sieve. Like, so like he always was just sweating, and you're like, holy geez, that's just not. I know they're under like the lights and it's hot in the arena, but
Yeah, they're cooking that baby oil. Hulk Hogan harvested the oil right from the babies himself.
yeah, himself, all the tears of joy of Hulk Hogan. You just know, because how everything happened, that King Kong Bundy is going to administer the avalanche on Hogan, and then Hogan's going to Hulk up. And then they always tease that, can Hogan slam? Because I think he tried to pick up King Kong, and that's always kind of like a trope of Hogan's matches when he fought these big guys, is that can he pick them up? And they always like tease it. He'll pick him up and then his back will give out. But then when he hulks up, he does like the big slam, and then he does the big leg drop.
Yeah, no, he has a really good build up to his moveset for sure.
Definitely. And as a kid, I ate that up. I'm like, because Hogan was the only guy that would overcome a lot of the wrestlers' finishers. Because every other wrestler, back in the day, when you seen they were, I guess George Steele's the exception, but it always seemed like when someone got the DDT or the off the top rope elbow from Macho Man, that was usually lights out. But with Hogan was always that guy that didn't matter if they administered their kind of patent move. Hogan would always like kick kick out of it and Hulk up and then do the big boot and then the leg drop for the finish. So I don't know. I enjoyed this match. Like it's a fun WrestleMania. It's a very flawed WrestleMania. I gotta say, like you could tell there's lots of technical difficulties. I understand why they never did the 3 arena shows and 3 locations ever since. Like I know they do the 2 night, but yeah, it's crazy that pretty ambitious with Vince McMahon here.
What I don't get about this 3 location thing, like what did they do? Like, okay, so in New York, did they just watch the rest of the car like on a Jumbotron, or they just go home?
You could see at the beginning there, they had the big Jumbotron screens around like the arena from the top there. So they'd have their portion, then the crowd there could probably watch on all the sides what was going on in the other arenas. So I think the idea is to keep them there for the full event.
That seems weird to, especially like if you were in New York, you're sitting there watching the stuff live and then you have to watch the TVs after. Like if you're in Los Angeles, you just go early to watch the TVs, or just show up for when the actual event starts.
Well, that's a good question, right? Yeah, because if you're the New York, they're kicking off the whole event there with the live in ring kind of matches. But then, yeah, you're right. Like, you could probably go for a real long shit break, go get yourself a real long hot dog, maybe see if you can figure out what Hillbilly Jim is here.
What are you talking about here?
We're talking at least a foot long.
Yeah, Costco dog at least.
Okay, so a roly biter, yeah,
a 1-biter and a Hillbilly Jim dog. I don't know. I'm sure Turk would be after those.
Only Steamboat's hot dog.
Hillbilly Jim.
I want the Hawaiian hot dog with pineapple. Question about this Hogan and King Kong match. I'm sure King Kong probably cut his forehead before going into the match, correct?
Oh yeah, you kind of see it where he does it too. He's on the ground. You're like, yeah.
You see Bobby Heenan hand him a blade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well then you see, I don't know if you see Bobby Heenan hand him a blade, but yeah, I think you see King Kong handing something to Heenan after.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed it. Then he's gushing like crazy.
Well, yeah, because when he throws him into the steel cage there and he's on the ground or whatever, you're like, oh, that's where he made the cut. Because you can kind of see where he placed his hand. If you look, you're like, oh, that's where he does it. And it's always like with the bald wrestlers, you always kind of notice a little more, because if the wrestler has a head of hair, they can kind of mask it. But yeah, like it was pretty blatant that he bladed for sure if you're paying attention. And then he definitely looks like he handed it back to Bobby Heenan. I guess they don't want to wrestle and cut themselves.
Right.
Like, I mean, I thought maybe it would have made sense if they're going to have one guy bleed. Would it have made more sense also having Hogan? Because, just to gain sympathy where Hogan was bleeding in this match versus Recon Bundy.
Don't forget, this is the height of AIDS. You don't want to mix their bloods. Come on, man. This is AIDS territory.
I don't think they worried about that.
Hogan had a cure for AIDS.
What's that?
Hogan never he's a cure for AIDS.
Yeah. Exactly. Hogan's vitamins was the cure for AIDS, so
right,
fine.
With all those white blood cells start hulking out, and then they attack the AIDS virus.
Yeah, exactly. I think he was the cure for it. They took blood samples from him, and that's why it's now just kind of like your immune system, so you can live your life because of Hulk Hogan and his vitamins.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I just thought for like dramatic purposes, it would have made more sense.
Yeah,
Hogan getting cut in this, and then like, okay, well, can Hogan overcome this? Because not only did he has the hurt ribs, but now he's bleeding. He's in real trouble. But it kind of felt like this match, like I like it for what it is. So like, I mean, it is what it is. But I thought like story wise, they could have had Hogan less strong, because I thought Hogan looked really strong in this match still. Yeah, King Kong Bundy dominated portions of it, but it was more of a seesaw match where I think they could have had a little more where King Kong was dominating the match, where Hogan had a lot to overcome. But that's just me thinking of like story wise. And, as an adult, as a kid, I ate it up, man. I loved it. I was like, oh my God, Hogan beat King Kong Bundy, who has no eyebrows.
Yeah.
What will happen?
Well, and then Hogan goes in after Heenan, so that was fun.
That's always good. Heenan always has to get his up and coming.
I like it when managers get their up and comings. It's great.
I would have been happy if Elvira would have got in the ring and started doing some coming too.
She would have been taking all the Cummins.
All the Cummins. Wasn't Jesse Ventura and her trying to set up each other for a date? And then they kind of got into, I won't take you out for a date then. Fine. And then they were back at it, like, okay, we'll hang out or something. So there was some flirting going on with the body and Elvira that I was kind of into that.
Yeah, Jesse's an idiot if he's not taking her out.
Yeah. And then Lord Alfred Hayes, man, like I don't know what they saw in him as like a color commentator. Like he could do interviews, but I always thought he was pretty bad on the commentary kind of portion of these events.
It was good when Jesse Ventura kind of gets into him.
Vince McMahon and Gorilla played off Jesse a lot better than Alfred Hayes did, but that's just me.
Yeah.
So let's take this back to two different versions. If you were here in 1986 and you had to get a plane ticket to one of these shows, which city would you go to?
I have to go to Hogan. He's the marquee, and I was such a Hulkster when I was a kid too. So I'd had to.
That's in 1986, or in hindsight, which one would you go to?
Steamboat, I guess. Was that was in a different city? Hey, the Steamboat.
No, that was all L.A.
Oh, okay, never mind then. No, I'm just going to L.A.
L.A. in hindsight and in real time, you would have picked L.A.
You bet. Yep.
Yeah, I would have done the same. The LA, and also because I kind of thought that actually had the stronger card for matches versus the other ones, because you had the Ricky and Hercules, then you had the Adrian Adonis, Uncle Elmer, which was the weakest of the bunch. But I thought the Terry Funk tag match with Tito and Junkyard Dog was solid, and the Hogan King Kong, where I thought the other ones, they had some moments in it, but a lot of it was kind of weak, especially the first portion. Like I thought the New York portion was the weakest. Yes, it had some good guys, but if you bring back just match quality, but I guess that's in hindsight. But I think in hindsight, I still would go with the Los Angeles. What about you?
I agree. L.A., well, every kid loves Hulk Hogan and would want to see him. Then in hindsight, the Ricky Steamboat and Hulk Hogan were my favorite on the rewatch.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Like I thought, like if I had, if I had another option, I'd probably go to the Rosemont Horizon one. Like I kind of, to see the British Bulldogs.
Too late to suck up now. You already said fuck New York and fuck Chicago. So there's no going back now.
No, I'm not changing, but I said, like, if you had no other choice, because I thought the New York, the first portion of it was the weakest portion of the card. Like,
I think the Chicago one was the worst one. I mean, the women's fight, who cares? The other fight was only 2 minutes. The Battle Royale, don't give a shit. And the tag team was good.
Yeah.
I mean, and the first one in New York, you had Macho Man, you had Jake the Snake, you had Roddy Piper.
those are great wrestlers, but I just thought, just match-wise, outside of the Fabulous Moolah and Velvet McIntyre and maybe the Corporal Kirshner, I still enjoyed the 20-man Battle Royal and the British Bulldogs, because I still think the best match of the night was that tag team match.
Yeah, that was a good match. I don't know. I didn't care for the Battle Royale. Kind of glad they don't do that at WrestleMania anymore.
They should bring it back.
Well, they have that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Usually like the SmackDown before WrestleMania. And again, no one really seems to care about that.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy that they kind of honor him, but nobody really cares. But they diluted that because they were putting that on WrestleManias for a bit there. But again, nobody really cared.
Okay, so since this is our second WrestleMania that we've covered, the first one with Matt, but we might as well start like somewhat of a rating system, because if we're going to continue to cover WrestleManias in the future, which I'm pretty sure we will, what would you give this rating, like out of 10, just, on a ballpark for WrestleMania 2?
I think right now I'd give it a WrestleMania 2 out of 10. Great week.
What about you, Turk?
I think I would give it a 4. Yeah, I'd bump it up just a little bit, but it's still below average.
Okay, I'm going to give it a 5. And the only reason I'm giving it a 5 is just that the Hulk Hogan, King Kong Bundy cage match. And like, I just have such good memories because I just remember it vividly as a kid. So I think the nostalgia part of me kind of just bumps it up there. But yeah, like I probably, if it wasn't for that match, I'd probably give it a lower rating.
I do that because I think it's my least favorite Hulk Hogan WrestleMania match.
Like, I'm not saying this is my favorite Hulk Hogan, but out of this event and just as a kid at the time and the build up and all that, I have a little bit of a fondness for this. It's not his best match. He has way better matches. I have a childhood fondness for this match.
Yeah, everyone on this card has probably their weakest WrestleMania. Like Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat, WrestleMania 3. Golden. Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 3. Oh, golden.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then you even think about Macho Man and Hogan at WrestleMania 5. That's a fantastic, stellar match. And then you have the Ultimate Challenge. And even even his match with Sergeant Slaughter at WrestleMania 7 is solid. So you're right. Like,
Well, and even Mr. T, WrestleMania 1, his WrestleMania 1 match was better.
yeah, if I had to break it down, it's probably one of his weakest matches at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I think that's about it here, boys. Another solid run in our kind of retro reviews of these. I'm looking forward to more. I'm looking forward to our next one. Survivor Series 87 is our WrestleMania 3 is our next one, and then Survivor Series 87.
What about Rumble 2?
We'll get to that.
Yeah, Raz has a plan.
I have a plan.
He has a plan. Thanks for watching and listening, and we're looking forward to continuing down the old PLEs in the future very soon, hopefully, and hopefully you join us. So yeah, talk to you later.
Have fun out there.
Bye.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.